The courtroom was packed that crisp autumn morning in Chicago, the air thick with anticipation as the judge's gavel fell, finalizing the adoption. Little did Tom and David Harrington know that the 8-year-old black boy they were bringing into their upscale suburban home would one day force them to confront the ugliest truths about family, race, and love. As young Jamal stepped forward, his wide eyes meeting his new fathers for the first time, a wave of whispers rippled through the room, whispers that would echo through their lives for years to come. Jamal had come from a fractured world, bouncing between foster homes in the city's south side after his biological mother lost custody to addiction. Tom, a successful architect with a penchant for order, and David, a compassionate teacher who dreamed of making a difference, had chosen adoption after years of navigating the challenges of being an openly gay couple in a conservative Midwest enclave. They saw in Jamal not just a child in need, but a chance to build the family they'd always wanted, defying the societal norms that questioned their fitness as parents. From the start, life in the Harrington household was a delicate balance of love and adjustment. Tom and David enrolled Jamal in the best private school in their neighborhood, where manicured lawns and white picket fences hid underlying tensions. Jamal, now renamed Riker at his request to blend in, quickly excelled academically, his sharp mind absorbing everything from math to literature. But the stares from neighbors and the hushed comments at PTA meetings were unavoidable. A black kid with 2 white dads? That's progressive. Or something. One parent muttered during a school event, loud enough for David to overhear. David smiled politely, but inside, it stung, reminding him of the battles they'd fought just to get married a decade earlier. Riker's early years were marked by small victories and quiet struggles. He loved helping Tom sketch building designs in the home office, his small hands tracing lines with surprising precision. David introduced him to books about civil rights heroes, hoping to instill pride in his heritage. Yet Riker often felt like an outsider even at home. Sleepovers with classmates were rare. Invitations seemed to dry up after parents learned about his family structure. One night, after a particularly rough day at school where kids teased him about having 2 dads, Riker climbed into David's lap, tears streaming. "Why can't we be normal?" he asked. David held him close, whispering, "Normal is overrated, buddy. We're extraordinary." As Riker entered his teens, his sense of self began to crystallize in ways that added layers to their family dynamic. At 14, he confided in Tom and David about his attraction to boys, his voice trembling but resolute. They enveloped him in hugs, sharing their own coming-out stories to reassure him. "We've got your back, always," Tom said, though he worried about the double burden Riker carried, being black and gay in a world that often rejected both. David, ever the optimist, signed them up for a local LGBTQ+ support group, where Riker met other teens like him. It was there, during a group outing to a pride event in the city, that Riker first locked eyes with Marcus, a confident white boy from a nearby high school, whose easy smile made Riker's heart race. Their friendship blossomed quickly, fueled by shared interests in art and activism. Marcus came from a progressive family, but even they raised eyebrows when he brought Riker home. "He's adopted by a gay couple? That's unique," Marcus's mother said with forced enthusiasm. Riker and Marcus's bond deepened over late-night texts and stolen moments at coffee shops, evolving into a tentative romance that Riker kept semi-secret from his fathers at first. He feared their protectiveness might stifle it, especially given the racial dynamics. Marcus's world was one of privilege Riker was still navigating. High school brought new conflicts. Riker joined the debate team, where his eloquence on topics like racial inequality won awards but also enemies. A viral video of him arguing against school policies that disproportionately affected minority students led to backlash. Anonymous notes in his locker read, "Go back to where you came from," ignoring that where he came from was just miles away. Tom and David attended every meet, beaming with pride, but the strain showed. David started experiencing fatigue, dismissing it as stress from work and family pressures. "I'm fine," he'd say, waving off concerns. One evening, after a heated family dinner where Riker challenged Tom's conservative views on assimilation, "Why do I have to act white to fit in?" tensions boiled over. Tom, frustrated, snapped, "We're giving you everything. Don't throw it away on anger." Riker stormed out, seeking solace with Marcus. In a quiet park under the stars, Marcus held his hand. "You're not alone in this," he whispered. Their first kiss that night felt like a rebellion and a revelation, a spark of joy amid the chaos. But word spread, and soon, school rumors twisted their relationship into something scandalous, amplifying the social isolation Riker felt. David's health began to decline subtly at first, shortness of breath during walks, unexplained weight loss. Doctors initially chalked it up to anxiety, but tests revealed something far worse: chronic kidney disease, progressing rapidly. The news hit like a thunderbolt. Tom buried himself in research, while Riker internalized the fear, channeling it into activism. He organized a school fundraiser for LGBTQ plus youth of color, drawing crowds but also protests from conservative parents who decried it as indoctrination. Marcus stood by him, their relationship now public, facing slurs that targeted both their race and orientation. Faggot and worse echoed in hallways, testing their resolve. As David's condition worsened, requiring dialysis, the family rallied. Riker, now 16, juggled school, his budding romance, and helping at home. He cooked meals, drove David to appointments, all while grappling with his identity. A particularly vicious online troll campaign targeted their family after a local news story on non-traditional adoptions. Comments flooded in. "Those white guys are ruining that black kid's life." Riker fired back in forums, defending his fathers, but the vitriol chipped away at him. Marcus became his anchor, their love a quiet defiance against the noise. The summer before senior year brought a fragile peace. David stabilized on medication, and the family vacationed in California, where acceptance felt more palpable. Riker and Marcus stole away for beach walks, dreaming of college together. "We'll escape this small-minded town," Marcus promised, but reality intruded when they returned. David's kidneys failed completely, landing him on the transplant list. The wait was agonizing, months, possibly years. Tom, matching as a donor, offered immediately, but tests showed incompatibility due to underlying health issues. "We'll find a way," Tom insisted, masking his devastation. Riker threw himself into research, learning about living donations and paired exchanges. Secretly, he got tested, discovering he was a perfect match. The revelation stunned him, biologically unrelated, yet fate aligned their blood types. He confided in Marcus first. "I have to do this for Dad," Riker said, his voice steady. Marcus nodded, but worry creased his brow. "It's major surgery. Are you sure?" Their conversation deepened their bond, but it also highlighted cracks. Marcus's family subtly discouraged the relationship, citing cultural differences as code for discomfort with race. Back home, Riker broached the topic during a family meeting. "I'm a match. I want to donate." Tom and David exchanged horrified glances. "Absolutely not," David rasped from his chair. "You're too young. This is my fight." The argument escalated, voices rising as Riker pushed back. "You saved me when I had nothing. Let me save you." Tom sided with David, fearing the risks to Riker's future, college, career, even his relationship. But Riker's determination grew, fueled by a sense of debt and love. Social conflicts intensified. At school, a conservative group petitioned to ban LGBTQ plus discussions, targeting Riker's club. He led a counter-protest, Marcus at his side, drawing media attention. A local TV spot featured them holding hands, sparking outrage from some quarters. "Corrupting our youth," read the emails to the school board. Riker's fathers worried it would affect the transplant process. Hospitals were neutral, but public scrutiny could complicate things. David, weakening daily, pleaded with Riker to reconsider. "I don't want your life on hold for mine." Marcus's support wavered under family pressure. During a tense dinner at his house, his father grilled Riker. "Do you think this donation is wise? You're black. Statistics show higher risks." The comment hung heavy, exposing underlying racism. Riker left shaken, questioning if their love could withstand it. That night, In Marcus's arms, he whispered doubts. Maybe they're right about us. Marcus pulled him closer. No, we're right for each other. But seeds of uncertainty were planted. As fall arrived, David's health plummeted. Hospital stays became frequent, dialysis draining him. Riker, resolute, pursued the donation evaluations secretly, forging ahead despite objections. He met with counselors weighing the emotional toll. This could change everything, one warned. Riker nodded, thinking of the foster homes he'd escaped, the love he'd found. Meanwhile, community divisions deepened. A town hall meeting on family values turned ugly, with speakers decrying gay adoptions and interracial families. Riker spoke up, his voice cracking. Love isn't defined by color or who you love. The crowd split. Applause from allies, boos from opponents. Marcus faced his own crossroads. His parents threatened to cut off college funds if he didn't rethink the relationship. It's not personal, it's practical, they claimed. Torn, Marcus distanced himself slightly, canceling dates. Riker felt the sting, interpreting it as abandonment. Is this too much for you? He asked during a heated call. Marcus hesitated. I love you, but my future. The words cut deep, amplifying Riker's isolation. In the midst of this, Tom discovered Riker's donation plans through a misplaced medical form. The confrontation was explosive. You're throwing your life away, Tom yelled. David, from his bed, wept. Please, son, don't. But Riker stood firm. This is my choice. For our family. The decision rippled outward, drawing media interest. A national outlet picked up the story. Adopted teen's sacrifice amid family turmoil. Comments poured in, some praising his bravery, others questioning motives. Was it guilt? Coercion? The scrutiny tested their bonds. Marcus, inspired by Riker's resolve, confronted his parents. I won't let you dictate my heart. He recommitted, showing up at the hospital with flowers for David. Their reconciliation was bittersweet, a moment of tenderness amid storm. But societal pressures mounted. Anonymous threats arrived, targeting their unnatural family. Riker, undeterred, scheduled the surgery, his love for David overriding fears. Winter brought snow and escalating drama. David's condition critical, the transplant board approved Riker's donation after rigorous evaluations. The news divided opinions. Supporters launched a GoFundMe for recovery costs, raising thousands. Detractors flooded social media. Brainwashed by his white dads, Riker scrolled through it all, his resolve hardening. Marcus became his rock, attending pre-op appointments, their hands intertwined defiantly. At school, the backlash peaked. A group of students, emboldened by online rhetoric, cornered Riker in the locker room. Freak show family, one sneered. Marcus intervened, shoving the leader, earning suspensions for both. The incident made headlines, framing it as a clash over identity politics. Tom and David, from the hospital, urged calm. Don't let them win, David whispered during a visit. Riker nodded, but inside, rage simmered. Rage at a society that judged before understanding. As surgery day approached, emotional fissures widened. Tom, grappling with guilt, confessed to Riker. We adopted you to give you a better life. Not this burden. Riker hugged him. You did. This is me giving back. David, frail but fierce, shared stories of his own youth. Coming out in the 80s, facing AIDS stigma. You've got fire, kid. Use it wisely. Their talks deepened Riker's appreciation for his father's sacrifices, mirroring his own. Marcus's family relented slightly, attending a pre-surgery dinner. Tensions lingered, but small gestures, a nod from his father, offered hope. Riker and Marcus shared a quiet evening afterward, reflecting on their journey. No matter what, you're my home, Riker said. Their kiss lingered, a promise against uncertainty. But doubts crept in. Marcus worried about post-surgery changes. What if you're different? Riker reassured him. Love doesn't change. The night before, Riker lay awake, contemplating the intersections of his life. Race, sexuality, family. He journaled, "Am I doing this for them? Or to prove something?" Morning came with resolve. At the hospital, goodbyes were tearful. David squeezed his hand. "I love you, son." Tom added, "Come back strong." Marcus waited outside, pacing. The procedure went smoothly, but recovery was grueling. Riker woke groggy, pain radiating, but relief washed over him hearing David's transplant succeeded. Visitors streamed in, classmates, support group friends, turning the room into a hub of solidarity. Media camped outside, spinning narratives. Hero or victim? A conservative pundit claimed, "This glorifies broken families." Riker, from his bed, issued a statement via Marcus. "Family is what you make it." Post-op, dynamics shifted. David regained strength slowly, color returning to his cheeks. Tom doted on both, gratitude overflowing. But Riker's sacrifice sparked debates. At a community forum, speakers argued, adoptions like this disrupt natural order. Riker, still healing, attended virtually, countering, love disrupts hate. Marcus stood by, their relationship stronger, yet tested by Riker's vulnerability. Societal ripples extended. The story inspired a documentary pitch, focusing on LGBTQ+ adoptions in diverse families. Riker hesitated, exposure meant more scrutiny, but agreed, seeing it as advocacy. Marcus encouraged, "Your voice matters." Their romance, once private, became emblematic, drawing both admiration and ire. A hate group doxed them, forcing temporary relocation. Fear bonded them closer. As spring thawed the snow, David's recovery accelerated. He walked unaided, hugging Riker tightly. "You saved me." Riker smiled. "We saved each other." But underlying tensions persisted. Marcus's parents pushed for separation again, citing health risks. Marcus resisted, but strain showed. During a picnic, he confessed, "I don't know if I can handle more drama." Riker's heart sank, fearing loss. With graduation looming, Riker navigated newfound fame and fragility. Interviews rolled in, probing his motivations. "Was it worth it?" one reporter asked. Riker paused. "Every scar." The physical toll lingered, fatigue, checkups, but emotional growth bloomed. He and Marcus applied to colleges together, dreaming of New York, a haven for diversity. Community conflicts climaxed at a pride parade. Riker led a float honoring adoptive families, David and Tom waving beside him. Counter-protesters hurled insults. "Abomination!" A bottle whizzed past, shattering nearby. Chaos ensued, police intervening. Marcus shielded Riker, their embrace captured on camera, going viral. Support surged, but so did threats. "This is the price of visibility," Tom sighed. David's full recovery brought joy, but revelations surfaced. During therapy sessions mandated post-transplant, David admitted past regrets, not about adopting Riker, but shielding him too much from his roots. "We should have connected you more to Black culture." Riker nodded, appreciating the honesty. Prompted him to explore his heritage, joining a cultural group where he met mentors who understood his dual worlds. Marcus's commitment faltered under pressure. A college acceptance to a distant school tempted him. "Maybe space would help," he suggested tearfully. Riker felt betrayed. After everything? Their argument echoed past hurts, race, class, expectations. "You don't get it," Riker said. "Being Black and gay means fighting twice as hard." Marcus left, door slamming, leaving Riker shattered. Tom and David consoled him, sharing their own breakup stories. "Love evolves," David said. But Riker withdrew, questioning his choices. Had the donation overshadowed his life? Media frenzy amplified the split. Hero's heartbreak. Paparazzi hounded him, twisting narratives. A tabloid claimed Marcus left due to family interference, igniting online wars. Reconciliation attempts failed at first. Marcus called apologetic. "I was scared." Riker hung up, pride wounded. But at graduation, Marcus appeared, diploma in hand. "I choose us," he declared. They reconciled publicly, kissing amid cheers, a defiant act against naysayers. Society's judgment lingered, but their bond resilient. David's health stabilized, allowing family trips. In San Francisco, they attended a gala for LGBTQ+ rights, Riker speaking on stage. "My father's taught me love knows no bounds." Applause thundered, but backstage, he confided fears to Marcus. "What if it's not enough?" Marcus reassured. "It is." As college approached, decisions loomed. Riker chose a program in social justice, Marcus in art. Distance tested them, but video calls bridged gaps. Societal debates evolved. Their story influenced policy discussions on adoption rights. A bill protecting LGBTQ+ families gained traction, crediting Riker's advocacy. Personal growth peaked when Riker visited his biological mother's grave. Closure long needed. "I forgive you," he whispered, feeling whole. Back home, he surprised David with a custom sketch, Tom's design, his touch symbolizing unity. College life thrust Riker into independence. New York buzzed with energy, but homesickness hit hard. David's calls were lifelines. "Proud of you, kid." Marcus, at a nearby campus, made weekends magical museum dates, protests hand in hand. Yet old wounds resurfaced. A campus debate on interracial relationships turned personal, classmates questioning their authenticity. "Is it fetishizing?" one asked. Riker defended fiercely. "It's real love." Marcus supported, but doubts crept. David's post-transplant life flourished. He returned to teaching, incorporating diversity lessons inspired by Riker. Tom designed inclusive spaces, their home a sanctuary. But health scares, minor infections, reminded of fragility. Riker flew home often, balancing studies and care. Romance with Marcus deepened, but external forces strained. Marcus's internship in Europe tempted separation. "It's temporary," he said. Riker feared permanence. "We've fought so much." Their tearful talks revealed growth. Marcus acknowledging privilege, Riker embracing vulnerability. They committed anew, planning visits. Society's evolution was mixed. Their documentary aired, sparking national dialogue. Praise from allies, backlash from conservatives. Promoting agendas, Riker debated on panels, his eloquence shining. "Family isn't biology, it's choice." Marcus beamed from the audience, their love a testament. A crisis hit when David's immune system faltered, requiring hospitalization. Riker rushed back, Marcus following. Tests showed rejection risks, but timely intervention saved him. In the waiting room, Riker reflected, "My kidney, my choice, worth every moment." Tom hugged him. "You're our hero." Recovery bonded them tighter. David, stronger, advocated alongside Riker. At a rally, they spoke as a family. "Love wins." Marcus proposed subtly. "A ring promise. Forever." Riker accepted, tears flowing. Years blurred into milestones. Riker graduated, launching a nonprofit for adopted LGBTQ+ youth. Marcus's art featured their story. David and Tom retired happily, traveling. Conflicts faded, but lessons endured. In the end, Riker's sacrifice reshaped lives, challenging norms. But was his decision to donate, defying his father's wishes and risking his future, ultimately right or wrong?